Hey there everyone, it's a beautiful day here at the ranch. I thought it would be a good time to do a test. I think everyone would probably be interested to see the results. And I get a lot of comments on my social media about how a particular drive system is going to be way better and way faster on my personal mini bike setup. You know, I can't dispute that because I've never tested them back to back. But I do have them both, so why wouldn't you go ahead and test those, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to run both of them on the same test track, same conditions, on the same day to see which one is truly faster on my setup. Now it's going to vary from bike to bike, and I know mine is a little bit spicier than a normal bike, but we're going to see without a doubt on the same day which one is better. So let's get to it. If you're not familiar with my setup, I'll go over it real quick here. This is my Coleman CT200-Ex. I bought this bike at Tractor Supply up the road here in Lewisburg, and these are great bikes stock. They're a ton of fun to ride. They're great for going out and just having fun, trail riding, whatever. They're very well built. They're very robust. But I bought this bike specifically to hot rod, because I got a hot rod everything. But I'll tell you the changes I've already made to it. I have taken the 50-tooth rear sprocket off, and I've set it up with a split sprocket setup, and I have a 42-tooth one on right there, and I have some new 41 chain on it. I have also installed a torque converter setup. This is one I was talking about. This is a Series 30 torque converter setup with the Juggernaut driver. So that's the reason why we're doing this, and that's what we're going to test first on this bike. Obviously I've painted it, but one thing I have done this isn't the stock engine. This is a Predator 212 Hemi that I bought from Harbor Freight, and I didn't even start it up. I just started buying parts for it and modifying it. I bought all my parts from the guys over at EC Carburetors in Dixon, Tennessee, and they were an easy choice because these guys are the engine experts with these clone engines. They do a lot of development and racing also with Tillotson, and they've designed a bunch of race parts, and these guys are the heavyweights in the karting industry, so they're great guys to work with and extremely sharp. I have one of their Bonsai 265 grind camshafts and the associated springs. I have a billet flywheel and a billet connecting rod, and also one of their VM22 Mikuni setups for this engine. And boy, I tell you, that really wakes it up. I have also taken and ported the cylinder head myself and milled it for more compression, so it does have a little more pop. But these engines are so easy to work on. That's why I started messing with this. You can work on this engine in your kitchen, or you can work on it in your living room on your coffee table if you wanted to. If you want to learn about engines, these are a great one to learn on. But right now we are going to get this up and get it fired up, and we're going to see how this one runs with the current setup. With the Juggernaut run complete, we'll check our tack recall to get a maximum RPM, and there it is, 7320 max RPM, and I have a playback from the run on the speedometer, so we'll get that cooking here. This is just part of the run. I edited it down just so you don't have to watch the whole thing. Creeping up there, ooh, almost 60, and that was it. 59.2 miles per hour, 7320 for RPM. Alright, she's gassed back up, same amount of fuel, so that's a variable that's eliminated. Now, jack shaft is on. Nothing else different. That actually took, probably about 15-20 minutes to do because I was messing around trying to figure out what the other one was doing, but I didn't see anything initially. But no matter, we have a jack shaft set up on now, and we're going to go make a hit. See what happens. Same procedure, we will check max RPM that the jack shaft system had with this setup. 8660 for max RPM, so a little bit higher than the Juggernaut, and we'll play back the run. It lost GPS signal during the run, but it still recorded the peak, so we'll play that back. 859, and there it is, 59.9 miles per hour in these conditions with this gasoline on this day. So for the day, the jack shaft system was a little bit better than the Juggernaut as far as absolute top speed in my test area. I guess the biggest question we would have from today's test is, what the hell did we learn from all this? Well, with my particular bike and my engine modifications, my bike modifications, today for a stock system versus a stock system, the jack shaft was king. Now that doesn't mean that the Juggernaut was installed improperly or it wasn't working. Actually, it was working fine. And the Juggernaut actually feels a whole lot faster on the bottom end because it has all that gear reduction, so it makes the bike seem a little bit faster. But for all just outright speed, top speed in my test area, in conditions as consistent as I could make them between the two, the jack shaft came out on top, and the data doesn't lie. That's what it is. Now, both of these systems are good though, and they're both very tunable. For instance, you can get a different clutch and different gearing on the jack shaft system and make it faster and make it do different things in the engine's RPM range. Same with the Juggernaut. You can vary the springs in the front for engagement, and that back pulley, you can vary that spring tension on the back pulley to change what gear ratio that it has, and that does a few things for engine RPM and top speed as well. It doesn't matter, you know. This video was just about having some fun and doing the test just for my own sake, and hopefully you all liked it. Obviously, I like to hot rod everything, and I hope these videos, I'm gonna do a few more of them, that they'll help you, inspire you to hot rod some stuff yourself. So keep on watching, hit the like button and subscribe, tell your friends about it. You can follow me on Instagram at Pat Topolinski Engine Guy and on Facebook at Pat Topolinski. But thank you for watching. I very much appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.